Hello, hello, hello. It's Mary Kay Smooth here. Having a wonderful day. It was a little dreary today, but I'm home now and things are good. So today, I got to tell you that I got a text. Actually, when did I think I got it on Friday, actually. Yes, Friday. I got a lovely text from my adopted brother, Melvin Knight. And he said to me, "Good morning. I was thinking about you and wanted to see how you were doing." And he told me that Metropolitan, my grandfather's church, had a history presentation. He said, "And your family's heritage was paid great homage. I felt so proud because your family had such an influence on me and my development as a man. I love you, little sister." Well, Melvin is Melvin is one of my dad's great projects. Melvin started out fighting every day. He moved here from Georgia, and Melvin used to get in trouble. And even he admitted it yet the other day that um, Daddy taking time with him got him on the right track. And Melvin was a phenomenal basketball player, let me tell you. And he has two sons that are ball players. Well, were ball players actively. Um, One is Brevin Knight. He is now the Fox News sportscaster, local sportscaster for the Memphis Grizzlies, and Brandon Knight, who Brevin played at Stanford, and Brandon played at Pittsburgh, and was coach assistant coach there at Pittsburgh, and then now he's at Rutgers. So they have always been close to our family over the years, and um, I laugh because the boys, Melvin's sons, have been my mother. They loved my mother, and she loved them, and they both have sense of humor. So they used to play jokes on my mother all the time, especially that daggone Brevin. He would call the house here and say, "Let me speak to E." They call mommy the big. In fact, take that back. Mommy was really the little E. Dr. Ernie Wyman Garrett was the big E. So they call my mother E. "Let me speak to E." And Brevin would get on the phone and have her just laughing and she laughing and joking there, just going back and forth. And then he would say, "Why do you have on that ugly pink nightgown?" Because my mother would always ask him, "Where are you?" And he'd say, "I'm in Memphis." And then at the end of the conversation, he would go, "Why do you have on that ugly pink nightgown?" And my mother would look around on the sun porch and his face would be smashed to the window. And she'll say, "That boy, let him in the house." And he'll come in and drive my mother crazy. But the his sons are definitely love Evelyn and Charles. And my Brandon, he loved Maria too. So does Brevin. But Brandon and his boys, Tariq and Eric, it was a crew of them, like five of them. They went to college together and they would stop by either going or coming from school and mess with me. And we would go eat, or I would cook, and they would for call my mother to ask for collard green recipes and how you fry pork chops, and they were just a crew. But yes, Melvin, I remember as a kid, because Melvin is like 10 years older than me. He might be older than that. I don't know. No, I think he's born in 45 maybe. So he's older than me. Um, Melvin played for Seton Hall Prep, and he was a standout. Um, it was very exciting times for us because we used to go to all his games, and we had some fun. Woo, girl! It was hysterical because the local teams, Weequahic had a very good team. That was the Mo Layton, Dana Lewis time, and they had a winning streak. They were nationally ranked, but you know who beat them? Melvin and Seton Hall. And it's not that Melvin and Seton Hall had a perfect record. They didn't, but Melvin was phenomenal. Melvin, I ain't gonna lie, he's like 5'10". I'm so mad at Brevin and Brandon. I gave them a picture of their father. Seton Hall was playing Essex Catholic, because the Catholic schools here at that time, I don't know if they're still that way. They had a parochial, they had a different group that they were playing in versus the public schools had like Division One. Well, it wasn't divisions, but uh, based on I think the volume of students, they had different sections that they played in. Group A, Group B, whatever it was, the denomination, I can't remember exactly. But Melvin, Seton Hall had a couple good players, and they had Melvin, so they were playing Essex Catholic. And Melvin, a guy stole the ball from one of the players, and he took off. And Melvin took off too. And it was a foot race. And when the guy came, he did a jump stop and came down and realized that Melvin was still coming. And because he didn't shoot, Melvin anticipated being able to, stop him. And they got a picture of Melvin. He landed when the guy stopped. Melvin landed with both feet on top of this guy's shoulders. And of course, they gave him a foul and everything, and the guy got to take foul shots. But the picture of Melvin with his feet on top of this guy's shoulders, and he almost had to, I think he might have even grabbed the rim to hold on to keep from falling until he finally jumped down. I gave to the boys, and they were supposed to give me mine back, but they didn't. So Melvin, yeah, he had quite a career, and we went to the high school games, and then he went to Seton Hall University later. Honestly, well, George Reynolds went big time to University of Houston, and he played with Elvin Hayes and snapped the winning streak of Lou Alcindor, Mike Warren, Lucius Allen, that UCLA fame. But Melvin probably could have and should have gone big time like George did. But the people at the prep were good to Melvin, and so he's a very responsible and very conservative kind of guy. Very responsible and conservative. And my dad was too. So the two of them, if Melvin wanted to go somewhere else, it would have been different. He probably would have, like I said, he'd have been bigger time. But he went to Seton Hall University, and he got an education and a good life from it. But I know that Melvin should have probably, even though he wasn't big, there was a lot of smaller players. In fact, Brevin is shorter than Melvin, I think, actually. Um, so Melvin really could have done his thing if he went bigger time. But like I said, his life was wonderful. He got the kids, he has a wife, he has grandchildren, a bunch of them, and he has the friends of his sons that also hang out. And when Brevin was in the NBA, a lot of the guys liked Melvin, and they said, Brevin, you're lucky to have a father like that. And the good thing is that Melvin and Brevin were able to set him up with the right manager and financial advisor and lawyer and all that stuff. So it worked out pretty good. So that that was wonderful. And Brandon, he got hurt at the end of his senior year, but I went into the coaching and he's doing, he's been doing well with that. And so the boys are doing great. But those was my mother loved them boys. Woo, child. And I love them too. They're really, really, really nice guys. Melvin and Brenda have done a remarkable job with them. Okay, gotta get this done. Okay. You'll hear Shalimar screaming. She's mad because I got her in the kennel. She was taking my Nellie's bed, so I had to lock her up because she kept going to it and not giving Nellie her proper respect. Yeah. I always tell you my Nellie is she is 98. She'll be 105 in a month. Actually, a month from yesterday. She'll be 105 and she is my alpha female. So Shalimar, she tried to trade it over to Shalimar, but Shalimar is too OCD. She's rough on the other dogs when she's in charge, so Nellie had to come out of retirement. Here she is going crazy, but she'll get over it. And here it is. It's dripping down my face. That's why I'm like that. Okay. You'll hear her. She going crazy. She's mad at her mother about right now. So I was so happy to hear from Melvin because I've been busy, but Melvin is still playing golf. Him and Mr. Fry, those are some of Daddy's. Daddy not only got Melvin into basketball, he got him into golf too. So Melvin plays golf, and when we were running the BF Johnson Golf Classic, he and Keith Kirkland always took care of that, the game day, the tournament day. Daddy and his friend Mr. Smith would recruit the players, and then me and my mother and my friends. You always hear me talk about Lori, Arthur, and Charlene, and Sylvia. We would do all the administration of the tournament, and then we had the week weight golf team. They would take care of the players, getting them situated before the tournament, and the church supplied the food and the tents, and the city. Mayor James would come because Mayor James was the mayor then, and we had a lovely day out there. For 10 years. We had one of the biggest golf tournaments in this area. On week week, we would put about, you're really supposed to put 64 max. The first year we went 100 on the course, and it took all day for them to finish. So then after that, we started to do 2 tea times, and that worked a little better. So we would put 64 and 64. And then, we served breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner, and had a band, the Brothers 2+2 band. And it was a lovely 10-year run. Um, we really we really had a good group of men that would come to play, and there was even one, sometimes 2 flights of women in the tournament, and we had good prizes. We would give out Mizuno clubs, sometimes founders clubs. So, and we had like 4 flights based on skill level. So that was one of our things we did. And Dr. Yamba from Essex County College would be there, and helping us get everything going. And the post play reception was always a spectacular because of the band and things that we had in the food. Everyone loved the food. Okay, so I think I'm gonna, get my eyes. I've been so bad with the sleeping again, guys. That I need to. I might do a special on the eye stuff because I need to use we have some 7 different eye products, which actually these are one, the eye repair cream is another, and then the moisturizer. But there's the puffiness reducer. There's a couple of other products to use when you're in a pinch and you're tired, and I need to probably demonstrate them and use them for myself because I've been bad. And that's because I don't wear makeup much, so I don't get gussied up to go to work. I just kind of I use my skincare products, and maybe I'll put on some lip gloss sometime, but that's really it. Only when I go out. So I'm gonna give myself a little eye booster here. I love these things. They feel so cool on your skin, under your eyes, and that does take down some of the puffiness. So shout out to my Melvin Knight and his wife Brenda and the kids Brandon and Brevin, my dudes. I love you guys, and I'll be seeing you guys on Wednesday. We'll think of something new. Maybe I'll do the eyes on Wednesday. Okay? Love you. Have fun. Always keep it fun.